All right, shalom, shalom. Hey, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rakakodash. A double honors to the apostles, elders at Great Millstone. Salutations to you, Akim, pushing the work in truth and sincerity. All right, is wisdom no more in teaming? Okay, is wisdom no more in teaming? All right, and I'm gonna start here.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by go. You know the thing. Among many qualified people, I'm the best qualified person for this job. I'm beginning to see why your wife left you. Why you text Sanders? Why? You're getting nervous, man. COVID has taken this year, just since the outbreak, it's taken more than 100 years. Look, here's the lives. When you think about it. You know, the rapidly rising I don't know. I just spoke at Dartmouth on healthcare at the medical school, or not. I guess I wasn't actually on the campus, but the people from the medical school were at the. I want to be clear. I'm not going nuts. I'm not sure whether it was a medical school or where the hell I spoke, but it was on the campus. I propose, and I'm going to digress slightly. We're in a situation. The president asked me to head up a cancer moonshot. Another country and annex a significant portion of it called Crimea. He's saying that it was my boss, it was his fault. Guatemala, El Salvador, and to go in and say in Honduras and say, look, I took on Putin in terms of Iraq. In terms of what was going on in Ukraine. By strengthening, by investing $100 billion in education, a range of things. We can't afford it by just beginning to reward work as much as wealth. It get hot. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun, and the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. If you want.
All right, that's enough. Basically, what I want to show in this clip. All right, the wisdom leaving these Edomites, man, and more importantly, the Lord is, bringing this, or I should say, it's a sign of the Lord bringing this nation down. All right, and as I'm reading Jeremiah 49 in the 7th verse, this is David Guzik's study guide to the 49th chapter of Jeremiah. And it's a good point he points out, and this is a sure sign that we seeing that, these Edomites are falling, and in many different other ways, they're being exposed, all sorts of things, man, that is going hand in hand with the Lord's, his divine work that he's, doing in the earth, so, and really, to be honest, I'm, not astonished. Astonished ain't the word, not surprised, but I'll say, I'm blown away by the majesty of the Lord and how, the Lord, when he says something, he means it. And this is just, him bringing his word to pass, exposing these devils. But not only that, he's taking the wisdom from them. And this shows you that really, they're not doing things according to their own way. This shows you that the Lord is really working on the minds of the people, especially the leaders. Okay, I didn't want to make this long at all, man. Just wanted to show you the foolery and the level of Esau, and the only one that's really keeping up the society. All right, is the Lord. Okay, because the reason why I'm saying it like that is because the Lord he has a purpose for this place. And we're going to see that we're seeing that purpose manifest. We're seeing our enemies fall. We're seeing them scramble and become hysterical and become impatient, and try to push their agenda and their influence all over the world, which they're going to do. But the Lord said when they go to fill their belly, they're going to be in straits. And that's them filling their belly is bringing out their new world order and forcing everybody to be subjugated to these transhumanist mandates. All right. So let's go into it. So Salakia, I'm gonna read it. Jeremiah 49:7 really quick. It says concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? All right. So has counsel perished from the wise? Okay. There's another word for prudent is wise. All right. And that's what these devils were. They had the knowledge of the world. They've done a diligent search. That scripture said their heart, what they let me see, Psalm 64. All right. I just wanted to hit the point. 64:5, it says, they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privately. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. All right. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. All right. So they're very diligent. Esau. Okay. They're very diligent. All right. Scriptures say he also was wiser than Daniel. So he had pretty much superior knowledge in the world. That's why they dubbed themselves the Illuminati. And whether you want to say it, Illuminati started by black people, whatever, however you want to say it, and give it to the white man, it really don't matter. The so-called white man is ruling right now. Okay. And he dubbed the term, however, Illuminati meaning enlightened one. All right. Also, and I'm going to get that in Isaiah where it says, let me just write it down for a second. Salakia. All right. So, and the scriptures refer to this devil as Lucifer as well. Okay. Just to throw that out there. And we're going to get that in Isaiah, the 14th chapter. This is Ezekiel 28:3. It says, behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee. With thy wisdom and with thine understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches and hast gotten gold and silver into thy treasures. All right. And this is Esau, man. Okay. Even though it was talking about, Ithabal, Prince of Tyre, but Esau has pretty much filled the shoes of this, of the ancient empires. Okay. And so the scriptures, it does that. It refers to the old empires, but it'll be, parabolically, it'll be speaking about the new, the ones that's in rulership. So at one point he had all the knowledge, diligently searching things out. And through his wisdom, he got, he got riches. Okay. Okay. And of course it was through mischief. It wasn't through, good merit. All right. Or him putting his best foot forward. He put his best foot forward in wickedness and deceit and mischievousness. And that's how he got what he got, through ill-gotten gains. All right. But now the Lord has hedged him in, and there's a cutoff point. Because now we're living in the age where we live in a technocratic order, or under a technocratic process, where this devil is using technology to advance and to try to transcend above the natural state that we live now. All right, as human beings, but he's failing big. Okay, and he's going to continue to fail big because of what? The strong arm or the long arm of the law of the Lord. And I looked this term up. You know, it refers to police. It says the ability of the police to find and catch who commit crimes. The long arm of the law finally caught up with him 30 years later. All right. And so it's the same thing with the spirit of the Lord and how the spirit works. You know, hey, the Lord said, I require that which is past. So the Lord requires it, you know. It's a lucky for the background noise. You got lively children in there. All right. So again, all right. So the Lord is taking, you know, that wisdom from them, and you actually see it. We get to actually see it. And it ain't just Joe Biden. All right. This is throughout the years. Okay. At one point, these American presidents, all right, were decorated, highly esteemed. Now they have the worst approval rating in history, you know, which again, it speaks to the prophecy. It speaks to what the Lord has been saying from the beginning. All right, what he was going to do to the nations that don't know him, all right, or the nations that despise his law. The Lord literally in front of our eyes is making a fool of this man, but in the same breath, this is his divine works bringing the wicked down. This is one of the signs, you know, next to corruption of a political system, the leadership, next to the corruption of the infrastructure, next to the corruption of the people's minds through moral decadence. All right, them losing a moral standard. You see, so we're seeing our enemies, you know, really, you know, being reproached by the Lord, leading up to ultimately that last and final destruction, man. All right. This is the long arm of the law, so to speak. Okay. So let's go back. All right. And let's see what David Guzik says about Jeremiah 49:7, which he's right on this point. All right. He goes off a whole lot, but it's good to always check into the commentary to understand, get the history, because, you know, these are scholars. They deal with the history, you know, and they somewhat know what's going on within the context of the scriptures, you know, the culture at the time, and, you know, other things. All right. To give you an overall view of what's going on. All right. So let me read the scripture again. This is Jeremiah 49:7. And Salaki, if I'm all over the place, Lord willing, this is edifying to you, Akim. It says, concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, all right, of hosts, meaning armies, all right. It says, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? All right, the prudent meaning wise. So has is counsel perished? And for the most part, it has. Okay, because they can't hold a secret like an old bottle can't hold water or wine, or old vessels can't hold water or wine. All right, everything that's going on, that this devil is doing in secrecy is coming to the light. So it's like this dude is being exposed on every level. Like he cannot, and yeah, it was a secret. His whole New World Order planning and stuff was a secret at one point, but now it's being made manifest. What's been going on behind closed doors, what's been done in secrecy, all those things coming to the light, and we know that's a proverbial saying. That is a universal thing. You know that which is done in secret, all right, shall come to the light. Let me see if I can look that up really quick, and then we'll go into that. Salaki. All right. Oops. All right. What's that? Yeah, Luke 8:17, really quick. All right. Luke 8. and 17. And it reads, it says, for nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest. You see, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad. You see, and that's what's happening. All right, this proverbial saying, all right, is universal. Okay, so there ain't nothing you can do in secrecy that ain't gonna come to the light. All right, if I'm saying that right. Okay. All right, so the Lord exposes. Okay, the Lord exposes. Let me get this. This is John 3. And again, I know I'm going to be all over the place because this is 3 and 17. No, 19. This is John 3 and 19. It says, and this is the condemnation, that light is come into the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil. You see? So nobody, it says Slacker. And that's why people do, their stuff in the darkness, all right, behind closed doors, because it's evil deeds, all right, and they don't really want to know, or they really don't want to reveal to the whole world was what they're really up to, all right, okay, and really you're not this society. You're not supposed to do that, So Salaki, it says, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil. For everyone that doeth evil hateth the light. You see, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved. Right, and that's why most people they don't deal with the truth. Okay, why? Because those secrets of be revealed. All right, and that's why people do their deeds in the darkness. It says, but he that doeth truth cometh to the light, that his deeds may be made manifest, that they are wrought in God. All right. So we want to make manifest, and that's what we do. That's why we do these lessons, so that our deeds would be wrought before the Most High. All right. And so that our righteousness may be seen among men. All right. Or, and these devils, they do things behind closed doors. Why? Because they own wicked. They own wicked. As they say, they own demon time. That's what they say, right? So let's go back. All right. Again, it's wisdom no more in Teman. So in his commentary, he said part of God's judgment against the Edomites was to bring them foolish and incompetent leadership. Let's look up this word, incompetent. All right. Well, I'm gonna just copy and paste it. So Salakiakin. Because I wasn't supposed to make this a lesson. It was just, I found it funny and extraordinary how the Lord works, man. So let's look this word incompetent up. All right. Because it should have Joe Biden's picture right next to it. All right. Salakia. So incompetent, insufficient. As you remember, you see how he was saying his words. All right. This is from French, incompetent, from late Latin. Let's see, it's insufficient. All right. So it says, sense of lacking qualification or ability. What is this man? And when you look at the Bushes, you can tell they lack, the qualification and ability to run a nation, man. Stumbling over their words, really not knowing where to start or begin, So look at that. So Salakia, go to the whole word. Let's see what else we get out of it. All right. So yeah, in the sense of lacking in qualification or ability. Right. A noun meaning incompetent person is from incompetently. All right, Salakia. Goodness gracious. Now I'm being incompetent. I guess it rubbed off. So let's go back. All right. So incompetent leadership, all right, is, they don't come up to the qualifications, so to speak. And we're noticing that through these different presidents, all right, these Edomite presidents. It says, to this day, this is one way God may show his displeasure against a nation. All right, ain't he showing it? All right, Teman, literally south, it means south, right, was either a district or a city of Edom, but here it is a poetic name for Edom. So it's a lot of poetic names for Edom, all right, and this is just one of them, okay. Anointed cherub is another one, okay, and that's Ezekiel the 28th chapter, all right. It says the reference to wisdom in Teman may be a satirical, literary allusion to the fact that it was the birthplace of Eliphaz, the counselor of Job. So yeah, just that little part, man. So the Lord is pretty much, you know, in a sense, being using satire. All right, let's look this up. So in a sense, the Lord is being or using satire. All right. It says satire, poetic medley. Well, hold on. Let's use the word satire. Yep. See, work intended to ridicule vice or folly. So this is what the Lord is using when He says, "Is there wisdom no more in Teman?" That's satire. Okay. Work intended to ridicule vice or folly. So, and that's what the Lord is doing. He's ridiculing these devils because of their works. All right. Satire. It's the same word. I looked up his last. But yeah. So the Lord is ridiculing this devil, man. Here it says humor, right? See humor. All right. So the Lord, it has a personality. He's using humor. Okay. When He says, "Is there no more wisdom in Teman?" All right. Concerning Edom, verse 7, thus said the Lord Yahweh of hosts. All right. Is wisdom no more in Teman? Has counsel perished from the prudent, meaning the wise? Because at one point they were wise. They were wiser than Dan, but now the Lord is bringing them down. All right. And this is one of the signs among many that, the elder apostles and on down have been bringing out, right? Is there wisdom? Is their wisdom vanished? And it has vanished. Okay. Because here, let me see if this hit. This is Ezekiel 25. All right. Because this was Esau's MO. This is his real intentions. All right. To date. Okay. His real intentions as a nation. Right. This is Ezekiel 25:12. It says, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, power, because that Edom hath dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and hath greatly offended and revenged himself upon them. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, power, I will also stretch out mine hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it." And this is the process. This is just one of the signs to show you that the Lord is making good on His word, so to speak. All right. It says, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword. All right. And the reason why, Teman is referring to the smart ones among the Edomites. All right. The Germans. All right. Of those of German lineage, so to speak. All right. Okay. Or culture. Okay. All right. And it says, and I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, said the Lord Yahweh power. All right. Now this hasn't taken place yet. You see. And you got a lot of scholars that really they're wicked as hell because they're saying Edom don't exist. But this is future. This is referencing the future. Okay, that's referencing the future. All right. So I did have a few precepts that I had lined up. Let's get to Isaiah 14 since I mentioned it earlier. Okay. Isaiah 14 and 12. It says, "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer?" Now we got to look this up, all right? Because we know it means light bearer, but it's talking about those that have the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, because light is synonymous with those things. So Lucifer, all right? And it says Lucifer, Satan. We know Esau comes in the power of Satan, but it really is really not Satan. It means light bearer. It says morning star, Venus in the morning sky before sunrise. Also an epithet or name of Diana, from Latin Lucifer, morning star. It says literally light bringing. All right, light bringing. Okay. And they had, Esau had his moment where he did bring the light. All right. You had the industrial, you had the age of enlightenment. Okay. You had the whole age of enlightenment. All right. We'll just go here. Okay. Oh, man. It says the enlightenment, the great age of reason. That's what they, the great age of reason is defined as the period of rigorous scientific, political, and philosophical discourse that characterized European society during the long 18th century, from the late 17th century to the ending of the Napoleonic Wars in 1815. All right, so that's the age of enlightenment. That's just an example. All right, and Esau had that light, man. All right, he ain't got it no more though. You see, because he's losing it. You can tell he's losing it, right? Isaiah 14 and 12 again. "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations?" You see, and he weakened the nations through what? Through him being wiser than Daniel. Him being, in the scriptures talk about the anointed cherub. I don't think I read that, unless it's in that 20. I think it is in 28, Ezekiel. So, and he weakened the nations what? Through his knowledge. It started with his knowledge. All right. And we really know where you got that knowledge from. You see, you got it from the Heavenly Father, but the Lord is bringing you down. Why? Because he found iniquity in you. He found wantonness in you. All right. So you devils wasn't doing the right thing, because the scriptures say what? You're estranged from the womb. All right. Speaking lies. That's who you are. That's what you contributed to history. All right. Let's look that word up. Estranged. Okay. All right. To alienate, it says. All right. To treat as a stranger. Okay. In other words, when it says thou wert estranged from the womb, you became an alien to your own customs, to your own way of living. You see, Isaac was Esau's father. Did he follow any of the laws that Isaac had set before him? See, Isaac followed the law of Abraham, you see, or whatever customs Abraham passed down to him. He trusted in the Lord. He called upon the name of the Lord, and the Lord was dealing with him. So why couldn't Esau do the same thing? You see, why could not Esau do the same thing? Why? Because he was alienated. He became almost like a foreigner, right? He was estranged from the womb. Okay? Let's look this word up. Strange from elsewhere. So the dude act like he was from planet Nibiru. No, but he acting like he was from something other than what he was, and he was. Because the scripture said, two manner of people shall be in thy womb. All right, so he was completely different. He was from another manner. All right. So let's get back to Isaiah 14. All right. And I did make the point that Esau, you didn't do this shit all by yourself. The Lord put this world into your hands. All right. According to Job 9 and let me see, 24. Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is it? All right. So the world was literally given to you. This is Daniel 4:17. All right. And we're going to go into this word. It says, Daniel 4:17, this matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High Yahweh ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basis of men. Now let's go into the word basis. All right. Or base man. All right. Base. Okay. It says bottom of anything considered as its support. Really, and that's what these Edomites supposed to be. They're supposed to be at the bottom of society because they're built. All right. But they, been at the top because what? The Lord has put them there. All right. Of course, because Israel had transgressed and the Lord shown his power, by putting us down and raising the basis of men up. All right. So really, they're supposed to be at the bottom of society. Okay. Because of their their immoral ways toward, and their strange ways toward other mankind. Okay. This is what makes them base. All right. They don't have no real law. All right. No universal law where they treat man equally. All right. Not even just equally, just treat a man according to how they're supposed to. All right. Using justice. All right. Esau is opposite of that. They use iniquity. All right. It says a stepping. So it says what? A depth, from Latin, foundation, basis. Let's go into this blue letter. So let's go Daniel 4. All right, Daniel 4:17. And we'll look up the word basis. And Salakia, I've been using the Edom online more often now. It says lowliest. All right, it's from the Hebrew word shapal. All right, shapal, lowliest of station. Okay. Let's see, low basis. All right, that's all they're giving us. But as in, you get it. You should get it. All right. So the Lord sets up the lowliest of men. Okay. So the Lord puts you in your position. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? All right. Which didst weaken the nations. Okay. So let's go back. Isaiah 14:12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. So, and this is you losing your mind. You see, because you want to be like God, but you don't even have the aptitude or the, you know, you don't have the moral, how can I say, you don't have the moral, it's a word, man, Salakia, give me a sec. You don't have the moral code, all right, to to be on a godlike level, all right. Everything you do is in wickedness, all right. It's mischievous, all right. You do things in wickedness, all right. Out of the lust of your heart, the wantonness of your heart, man, all right, and the frowardness of your heart, man. You're completely opposite of God. So really, this is you losing your goddamn mind, thinking you can be like the Most High and hold his people hostage. Not only his people, but right here it says, I will also sit upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. So you want that you sitting in a place of control. So you got the Holy Land, Israel, all right, which is an unholy land right now because you dwelling in it. And then you got his people in captivity. You lost your goddamn mind, and you're trying to ransom us to the Lord, man. All right, but the Lord said he's going to buy us without or redeem us without money. You see, the Lord ain't gonna pay. He's gonna pay you with scourges. You see, he's gonna take your wisdom, take your kingdom, divide your kingdom. All right. And he's gonna use you, all right, until he takes you out. Okay, and that's what's happening right now. Okay. It says, verse 14, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. You see, that's what you want to do. In your heart of heart, you want to be like God, but really, you don't fit the bill. All right. There's a level of and I can't even say that because you'll never reach that level. All right, you trying to go up a whole entirely different way through your or your technocratic order and your transhumanist mandates, which is altering people's DNA so they can literally have your program set in them. All right, where they hate God and just hate nature and all of this other stuff, man. It's bugged out, man. All right. Yes, shalt thou be brought down to hell to the sides of the pit. Right. You're not gonna be a nation anymore. You see, you're not gonna have any type of structure. Okay. Hell is synonymous with the grave, and the grave is when you go into Revelation 11:11, which I actually got that here. I think. No, I don't have it here. It was for another lesson. But Revelations 11, it goes into how how their dead bodies lie in the street, and basically it's when you go into dead, it's talking about falling as a nation. I think in Revelation 11 chapter, the 8th verse. Okay, so let's continue. It says right, so to the sides of the pit, all right. Okay, so you're not going to be a nation no more. All right. And it goes into that in Isaiah the 14th chapter, the 21st verse, just a few verses up ahead. All right. It says, they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that had the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? Right. So everybody going to know you for who you truly are. Okay. A base man. All right. And we're going to know that it was the Lord that set you up. And now that's what we know. We know the Lord set you up to do the things that you're doing in society and ruling the way you're ruling in society. But you think that somehow you're going to transcend to the next age. Nigga, you ain't going nowhere. You're going to die in a pit that you created, man. You're going to die in a pit that you created. All right. It says, all the kings of the nations, even all the men, lie in glory. Oh, Salaki. Verse 17. That made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners. You see? And you still have us in captivity. Okay? You don't rehabilitate. You destroy and plunder, and you try to break men's souls for your own pleasure. You see? For your own sinister ways. All right? That's what you want. You see? But the Lord got a trick for you. All right? The Lord is going to bring you down. You see, this is Isaiah 10. And there, again, this is your sinister ass thing. This is your delusional thinking, right? All right. This is Isaiah 10. Let me see, Salakia. Bear with me for a sec. All right, so Jeremiah, Isaiah 10 and 12, it says, wherefore it shall come to pass that when the Lord hath performed his whole work upon Mount Zion and on Jerusalem, I will punish the fruit of the stout heart of the king of Assyria. And the scriptures say what? Our affliction is accomplished. You see, our affliction is accomplished. He will now visit thee, O daughter of Edom. You see, that's what it says. I think it's Lamentations 4 and 21. All right. It says, I will punish the fruit of the stout heart of the king of Assyria. All right. This is just another parabolic way of saying, I had the word earlier. All right. Poetic saying towards Edom. All right. It says, in the glory of his high looks. You see? And who has more high looks than the so-called white man? You know, this dude controls the 7 seas. All right. This dude controls all the continents in the world. Okay. He get to tell you how to breathe, when to breathe. He get to control what you drink, how you drink, and what's in your drink. All right. He get to control all of that. You see? So this dude is way greater than any empire of old. All right. As far as his technology is concerned. All right. And it says, in the glory of his high looks, for he saith, this is you devils with your methodical illusion minds. OK, it says, for he said, by the strength of my hand. That's an inside joke. You know, my hand. All right. My strength. OK, it says, by the strength of my hand, I have done it. And by my wisdom, for I am prudent, and I have removed the bounds of the people and have robbed their treasures, and I have put down the inhabitants like a valiant man. You just imagine this, how these devils think, man. All right. And first and foremost, we already proved, look, all wisdom cometh from the Lord. The scriptures say that. The Lord gave you your wisdom, you jackass. The Lord gave you your wisdom. All right. The Lord gave you the secret treasures of the understanding of this world and how it works. Why? Because he put you on top. He put you on top. OK. But now we seeing that you're dwindling. You becoming that base man who you truly are. And everybody going to look at your ass. All right. And that's what's happening now. Is these the motherfuckers is doing this? I mean, ultimately in the kingdom, you know, we're going to have our power and you're going to be in your natural state and we're going to be in our natural state. And we're going to say, wait a minute. And then we're going to have to praise the Lord, because that just shows you how great the Heavenly Father is, man. You see, that just shows how great and powerful the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai is, man. All right. Um, verse 14, Isaiah 14:14, no, 10:14. It says, "In my hand have found as the nest the riches of the people, as one gathereth eggs that are left, have I gathered all the earth. And there was none that moved the wing or opened the mouth or peep." All right. And we know what now is like, okay, who can make war with the beast? I know. We know who can. But in this current age, I mean, this current world right now, there's nobody able or capable of taking this beast down. All right, because he has everybody underneath his wings. All right. Okay. I'm gonna read a little bit more. It says, verse 15. It says, "Shall the axe boast itself against him that heweth therewith? Or shall the saw magnify itself against him that shaketh it? As if the rod should shake itself against them that lift it up, or as if the staff should lift up itself, as if it were no wood." All right. So practically, your practical tool that the Lord is using. You see, it says, "Therefore shall the Lord Yahweh, the Lord of hosts, Yahweh of hosts, send among his fat ones leanness, and under his glory he shall kindle a burning like the burning of a fire. And in the light of Israel shall be for a fire, and in his holy one for a flame, and it shall burn and devour his thorns and his briars in one day." All right. "And shall consume the glory of his forest and of his fruitful field, both soul and body, and they shall be as when a standard bearer fainted." You see? So the Lord is going to take you out. Okay? And the way and the things that the Lord has set up for this devil, all right, to take him out, we're just seeing one of the signs. But gradually, yeah, he's gonna get tighter in this world. Esau's he's going to bring the pressure, okay? Because this is his last stand, so to speak. But every time you apply the pressure, it's inching you closer to the said judgments that the Lord has set up for you. All right, and I'm kind of blanket. It's almost like a blanket statement. But there's judgments set for this devil. All right, one being a thermonuclear destruction. All right, ain't nobody going to escape from. Okay, and then that's slavery. All right, the Lord apprehending this man, going to find this man in the in his military, his underground military bases, and in an firmament where he's going to be trying to escape. All right, you're gonna get these punishments, man. All right. Let's see, what else did I have? You're gonna get these punishments, man. I had Sirach 10:1 basically explaining, as the leader, so the people, and these people are in gross darkness. But I believe I proved my point. All you got to do is look up what are the politicians fails, and you'll see the Lord taking their wisdom, man, away from them. And Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I didn't even want to make it a lesson, but the Spirit, it pretty much, it extended it, and called Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, And until next time, I say Shalom, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Brakatha Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Rakakodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders, salutations to you, Akim, pushing the work of truth and necessity. Shalom.